Quint Davis, we are 1 week away from the start of Jazz Fest 2022. It's been 3 years since you guys have done this.
Oh man, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be Katrina times 2. I mean, it's going to be a pilgrimage for people. We're out here now just about, getting ready for it. And it's amazing to see. It's amazing to me. We're building a city.
You really can't understand all the work that goes into getting everything ready for the thousands of Jazz Fest fans who'll pack the fairgrounds until you see the building of the fest firsthand. Even Quint Davis says he has a hard time wrapping his head around it all until opening day and the fairgrounds comes to life.
Right now we're in front of the main stage, which used to be Acura, but now it's called the festival stage.
That's right. But everybody knows what this is and where it is. And it's coming together piece by piece. This festival is still handmade. That's what makes it unique. Like, we don't hire some big stage company to come in and bring in stages.
Yeah.
Our guys build the stages. Same thing with the food booths. We design these food booths, and our guys come out and build them, put them together. We have an art department that's painting the signs to go on it. I mean, after all these years, Jazz Fest is still authentically Jazz Fest.
And I'm looking out, they're cutting the grass right now. That field will be a sea of people come Friday.
Yes, it will. Come Friday, Lionel Richie will be on this stage, right?
Yeah.
For our first day.
From the main stage, we make our way to a place very familiar to Jazz Fest regulars.
Now we're in kind of like center field of the Jazz Fest.
Yeah, we're right in the middle. There's stuff going on everywhere. It's like kicking an anthill, because we still got a lot, even though we're only a week away, there's still a lot to put together.
The last Jazz Fest was 3 years ago, and getting this together this year was no easy task.
Well, the first thing was getting the staff back together and getting our sea legs. We had to come back in phases, and we had protocols, being vaccinated to come in the office, and then some of it is like coming out of amnesia. It's like, oh, I remember that, But everybody came back. People talk about having a problem getting manpower and getting staff. We haven't had that problem.
That's good. However, 3 weeks before Jazz Fest, one of your biggest bands dropped out.
Oh yeah, the Foo Fighters had, a tragic thing happen, and they canceled all of their tours.
That was a huge problem to try and fill a hole that big.
It was really a challenge.
But you did it.
We did it in real time, because every day we were getting closer to the festival, So the Red Hot Chili Peppers have a great connection to New Orleans. When they went on tour, they took Trombone Shorty as their opening act. They've worked with the Meters in the past. So they love New Orleans. They played the festival once before, blew it apart. So they have a real relationship with the festival as well as New Orleans music.
As much as the fans are looking forward to this iconic festival returning, I asked Quint if it's even more so for him.
Well, it will be when the gates open. I mean, now we have to put it back together. Like I said, it's building a city, right? We have 95 restaurants. We have 14 stages, music clubs. We have 3 arts villages. We have 2 hospitals, EMTs. I mean, to me, it's amazing to see this thing go back together. I got to tell you, it's just shocking as everything comes up out of the ground. The tents come up, the signs go on. It's astounding, and like I say, it's going to come back to life when the gates open and the people come in.
Finally, we made our way up onto the Congo Square stage, and at this point, Quint said he knows just how important it is having Jazz Fest back.
I mean, the spirit of this year's festival, people are coming like a pilgrimage, back to their Jazz Fest. It's a lot like Mardi Gras. I think Mardi Gras was more than a particular parade or float or bead. People wanted their Mardi Gras back, be back at Mardi Gras.
And instead we were back to more normality.
Right. And so I think Jazz Fest is going to be the same way. We have great talent, but we want to be back at our Jazz Fest.
All right, so since we're on the Congo Square stage, Quentin, what should we do? Some Temptations, some Big Frida? You want to twerk?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I really thought he might twerk, but he wouldn't. One thing that's new at the fest this year, the daiquiri stands have added Bloody Marys, so actual Bloody Marys. These are not daiquiris, they're Bloody Marys. Quint claims that New Orleanians drink more Bloody Marys than any other place on earth. That may be true. And with that, he put in a plug that you can buy tickets to the Jazz Fest at No Jazz Fest. That's nojazzfest.com. And we'll have a link on our website for that. It's going to be a great show this year, and we just can't wait for it to get going. I mean, everybody is so ready for a festival.
I can't wait to see what all the vendors put in the Bloody Marys.
No, it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's the New Orleans twist on it.
The example they gave, he said, you know, you go to a Saints game, and I mean, you know, 11 o'clock, everybody's got a Bloody Mary.
Yep, absolutely.
All right,
This is exciting. Get me, French Quarter Fest is in town right now, but get me excited for Jazz Fest too.
I am glad because I do love a good Bloody Mary.